So, welcome back guys to another video, and it's been a while since I've done a video like this. I'm not normally like a pickups video kind of guy, but man, I've been falling into some great games lately, and I've been wanting to kind of take this opportunity to talk about some of the games I've gotten and maybe give you guys some little reviews and short first impressions. Now, the first game I wanted to talk about was it's actually a PlayStation 1 game called Omega Boost, and man, this has been a game I've had on my radar for a couple of years now. I've seen it in different places, but I never saw it for the price that I actually wanted to buy it for, especially complete. I've seen this game loose a lot at yard sales and flea markets, but I remember first hearing about this game on Pete Doerr's Game Room. He was talking about underrated PlayStation 1 games, and this was a game that he definitely talked about. And the gameplay is like an on-rail shooter. Think of like Panzer Dragoon, but with mechs. I mean, this is freaking awesome. It's got a really cool soundtrack, very nostalgic, playing bands like Static X and stuff like that. It makes me feel like I'm like back in middle school, you know, back in like 1999 or something. I don't know. It was really interesting, and yeah, I didn't know this until I bought it, but it's by the same creators of Gran Turismo, and I think you guys can agree with me that some PlayStation games don't age well. I mean, some PlayStation games don't look that great now, but this one right here really holds up. It looks fantastic for its time, and the controls are just as fluid. It doesn't feel spotty or anything. I would say if you're looking for a really fun mech game on PlayStation that's a little bit more arcadey and just tons of fun, definitely check out Omega Boost. Really, really good stuff. And the next game I want to talk about, and this is a big game because I've had so many Facebook messages, people asking me, Xander, what do you think about this game? Because you guys know I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So I picked up Godzilla for the PlayStation 4. Now, let me go ahead and go into a little bit of Godzilla. I have a little funny backstory to it. This was originally released on the PlayStation 3 in Japan, and I actually had it pre-ordered in Japan, and it was getting around December time, it's the holiday season. I was going into some financial issues, and I was like, you know what, I hate to do this, but I had to cancel my pre-order, because I wanted to make sure I had like Christmas gifts for my family and friends. So I canceled it, and the day I canceled it, they made an announcement that this was going to be localized for the West. I was like, that's pretty awesome. I mean, of course, I found out I had to wait till July. This was like 6 months ago, but I didn't mind doing that. I was like, all right, that's cool. And what can I say about it? Honestly, it's a fantastic Godzilla game for Godzilla fans. I mean, it's got so much action to it. It feels like you're on a Toho set. Even the controls, you feel like you're controlling like an animatronic Godzilla or something, because it's got like the old school tank controls like you would play in Resident Evil. So it's a little weird in that sense. Honestly, I could say though, if you're not a big Godzilla fan, if you didn't spend all those Saturday mornings watching the Toho movies, you might not get this, because I think someone, one of my friends said it best. He said, as a game, it needs a lot of improvement. As a Godzilla game, it's full of fantastic fan service, and it's a blast to play. I've been really enjoying it. I've been playing it in short bursts. It's not a game that I could play for like hours on end, but I've been really enjoying it so far. And I got the pre-order poster from GameStop, which was really, really cool. It looks like the same as the cover. It's a good sized poster. I haven't hung it up yet just because I don't really have anywhere to put it right now. Now, the next game I want to talk about is Knack for PlayStation 4. This is a really, really fun adventure game. It's very reminiscent of some early PlayStation platformers, if that makes any sense. It has that Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank kind of feel to it. Even the hack and slash of God of War. I mean, it's not as violent, of course, but it just has some reminiscence of games I've played before. And with that being said, is that a bad thing or good thing? I'm kind of in the middle. I have to say, I got this game for $16, and I've really surprisingly enjoyed myself. I thought this was going to be something I'd play for a little bit, but alright, but I actually, when I was playing a little bit of it last weekend, I found myself wasting a couple of hours with it, and that's a good game. That's when you know you're playing a good game, and I've been really enjoying it. And of course, this was a launch title for the PlayStation 4, and so you can kind of say this game has a knack for showing you the capabilities of the console. Yeah, that's right, I went there. Yeah. And the next game I want to talk about is JStar vs. Plus on the PS4. This was another PS3 game originally in Japan that got ported to the PS4. And it's, oh my gosh, man, this is a crazy game. It's full of a huge roster of anime characters. You know, you can play as Naruto and Goku and have that dream match on who would actually win, and it's really interesting. All I can honestly say, though, is if you're not a big anime fan, then this may not appeal to you as much, because in all honesty, this is a fun fighting game, but maybe I'm just spoiled from Dragon Ball Xenoverse when I played that. But it's not as good as the last Dragon Ball Z game that came out. The controls of this are a little spotty. The storyline is kind of lackluster, but overall it's still fun. And what's really cool about this game is it has so many characters in it. There's a lot of anime characters I didn't even know about. So I definitely want to go back and check out some of these animes. Now I'm trying to plow through Naruto right now with Amanda, and we're watching so many episodes of that when I get the time, but when we're done with that, there's definitely some animes on the list that are a part of this game that I want to check out. I mean, of course, you have Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, Fist of the North Star. I mean, it's, oh man, it's so much fan service and fantastic soundtrack. I really love it. Now, I got some digital games. Now, the first game I want to talk about is actually a DLC. I got Ryu for Smash Brothers on the Wii U, and you know what? It's funny because I think I wasn't the only person when I found out Ryu was going to be in Smash Brothers. I was surprised, intrigued, and kind of felt surreal. I'm like, is he really going to fit in with a Smash Brothers roster? And honestly, he does. It felt really natural. You know, it's funny. You know, you can actually put in the actual moves to do like the Hadoukens and stuff like that, but it adapts really well. Now, he is overpowering. He's very powerful, but you know, it was kind of cool seeing Ryu battling Mega Man or Super Mario or, you know, Link and stuff like that. I mean, it was kind of cool. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm not the only person. Once I heard that Ryu was going to be in Smash Brothers, thinking about a Ryu amiibo. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. And the last game I wanted to talk about was a game that was revealed on E3, and that is Earthbound Begins, aka Mother. This was the prequel to Earthbound. This was Mother that was on the Famicom, and I played this game years ago. I played it on a fan translation, an English patch, and I enjoyed it. I love Earthbound. I feel like Earthbound, you know, I don't want to say it's overrated, you know, because that sounds kind of bad, but, you know, it's gotten a lot of popularity, mainly because of the value of the cartridge on Super Nintendo, but it's a really different RPG. It's something that I feel like any RPG fan should at least play once and have that experience. It's not a game for everybody. Some people don't like it, and I can understand why, but I've been really looking forward to playing some more Mother, definitely, and because I never did beat it, and actually played the actual game on the console, despite it being a digital release, it's still very enjoyable. And these two guys right here, I got two amiibos. I kind of wanted to share this because I have a really cool story with this. They recently re-announced Ness being available at GameStop. I know he was available a couple months ago and he sold out so freaking fast, but they had a couple more of them, and they also had DDD. Now, I was on a business trip. I was out of town, and my friend Devin, you know, you guys have seen him on a couple of videos. He leaves a Facebook message, and he was like, "Look what I got!" And he's showing me Ness and DD, And I'm just like, oh man, that sucks. I'm like, I'm out of town right now. By the time I come back, they'll all be gone. He bought 2 sets. And that's what he said. He was like, that's why I bought 2 sets, man. And I was just so freaking happy about that. I was like, yes. So, you know, it was really nice that he was looking out for me. And when I got home, I gave him the money. And I got finally got Nest, and I got Keen DDD from Kirby. And man, they are so detailed. And I'm still collecting amiibos. I'm not as, you know, hardcore about it as I was months ago. I'll openly admit that I'm not as into it as I was, but I'm still enjoying amiibos, and I'm looking forward to some of the other ones that are coming out. But yeah, guys, that is some of the games I've been playing recently, some of the games I've picked up. I know it's not a huge list, but I feel like I had to talk about some of these games because I've had so many messages from various people asking me what I thought about it. But what I want you guys to do is leave a comment below. Tell me some games you've been playing recently. Tell me some deals that you've gotten recently. And if you guys have made a pickups video, maybe you guys made a video going out to a flea market or something like that, be sure to let me know. I'd love to check it out. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, happy gaming.